Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Hobbit Village. I actually done some live streaming of this last weekend, and in that live stream we worked on the terrain over here, and I think it's now looking quite sexy. Yeah, looks quite nice, quite gentle sloping hills. Whereas this side's quite steep, and it does actually get a little bit steeper over here. Whereas over this side it's quite gentle slopey stuff. What we're going to do over on this side is have a pine, conifer, spruce type forest. But we're not going to do that yet. What I am going to do, I have just noticed this as well, this is what my old forest looked like. I pretty much just used bone meal and then put a bush or two in randomly. And that looks really bad. It's just this. It's so empty, it's got no atmosphere, it's just that. That's what I think anyway. So I'm going to leave that there as sort of a reference, and then we're going to work on this for the next episode. I don't know if I'm going to spend too much time on this. I do already have 3 videos about forests and detailing and stuff, so I'm just going to do a couple of things and then cut around. And then the next episode we'll do this side, this forest. Or maybe I'll do some of the road, I don't know. Probably the road instead of the trees. Yeah, anyway, let's get on with it. So, first thing we need to do is choose our materials that we're going to be using inside the forest. Now, I made a big point over there with those trees about having dirt underneath the trees, which is very realistic. So we're just going to start off with a world edit brush. And we're just going to do 2:2. Or is it 2:1? It's 2:1, sorry. And 3. I'm not going to use Podzol in this because Podzol's crap now. There's the nice Extreme Hills version of Podzol, but that'll mess the leaves up, so we're not going to use Podzol. And we're going to do Misc 2 and 3. Oh, and we want the dirt path texture as well, so 3:1 as well. So this is our basic one, our basic brush, like just to cover this whole forest area in this brush. And then once we've done this, we're going to go over and refine it a little bit. So I'll probably just spam this brush around. In fact, I'll just work on a little section like this one small section, and then I'll do the rest off camera. That saves me a lot of time editing. I don't have to do loads of cutting around. So this episode I'll just do the small section here, and then the rest of the episode, and then I'll just do the rest off camera. So we've done that, just spammed our brush around. Next I'm going to get a smaller brush, and the smaller brush is, I'm not going to have the grass textures in, right? And we're going to use a brush of 1 or 2. We'll just go for 1 because the trees are quite small. And then at the base of the trees, I'm just going to click like that around the trees like this, and that just gives the bottom of the trees a nice sort of look to them. It makes it look like there's dirt around them. I think I'm going to raise the size of the brush actually to 2. Go to 2. There we go. There you go. That's a little bit better. And the thing I like about doing this, I've mentioned it in my Wildling village, in the tree that we were doing there, and in some of my tree videos that I've been doing. This is just realistic. If you think about what trees in real life look like, they do have these patches where the grass can't grow because either the trunk is sort of just like, taking all the nutrients away from the grass so that the grass can't grow, or that the leaves are blocking the sunlight, so again the grass isn't getting enough nutrients and stuff, and so that can't grow. So this is quite a nice thing to include. Now it doesn't look great. I'm probably going to go in by hand and do a few extra bits, so like go around these straight edges with this block, the 3:1, and just do stuff like that, just to break it up a little bit. And I'm not going to do too much of this yet, but that's pretty much what we're going to be doing all around, just getting rid of those, what would be the word, the sort of extremer edges, where it's straight corners and stuff like that. I want to get rid of them. Also, if I sound a little bit weird today, I'm quite hungover. that's why I'm kind of monotone and stuff. Very tired as well at the moment. But you know, alcohol and stuff, it's fun, so what are you going to do? Yeah, so I don't want to get too carried away doing this. I just want to do a quick thing. So I'll just do it for this small section now. So we're even smaller, and I'll do the rest off camera, just because if I do all of it on camera, there's going to be a bit boring just to see everything, and you want to see like the main techniques that I'm doing for the whole thing, and then I'll just come back and go, wow, look how amazing it looks now. Right, so that's that done. Next we're going to use the thingy brush. In fact, first I'm just going to make this a little bit cliffier. Just bring it out like this a little bit, bring it into the rock a little bit like we did over on the other one, so bring some of the grass in, like that, and there, and put that up there as well. I think this looks better. We just want to make that a bit more of a cliff, so it's not just, it doesn't look as odd. Like here, it's just a straight line. It's a bit off. That'll do. Yeah. So next we're going to do the grass. Now I've got the better foliage mod on, so as of recently, I keep forgetting that this actually is just an empty grass block, because it automatically adds grass to it and varies the height. So you can see over here, like, you've got all these different little bits of grass all over the place. It looks really, really nice. And if I get the tall grass on, you should be able to see the difference. Was it just gone? Tall grass. There we go. You see, I'll put it on there. See the difference between that and this? Like, especially you can see the hitbox on that. There's no hitbox there, that's because of the mod. Right, so we're going to use 31:1, which is tall grass. We're going to use 31:0, which is the shrub, which hardly anybody ever uses, and that's a sin, especially for forests. You really want to use them for forests. And 31:2, which is ferns. And then once we've done that, we're then going to do mask greater than. Ooh. Okay, first, just so that brush doesn't mess up too badly, I'm going to do brush sphere 1, 5, so that's stone. I'm going to do mask lower than 2 and 3. And if I click down here like this, you won't be able to see any changes, but what should be happening underneath the surface is that stone is going underneath that. You might be thinking, oh, well, why are you doing this? The reason for that is the next brush that I'm going to use will make things quite complicated and quite hard to use properly. I'm probably going to miss a section out, so you'll probably see it occur. But when I use the brush, blocks are going to be replaced, which is what we don't want. So, just sneeze. Sorry about that. So yeah, so we've done that. Now we can do the grass brush that I wanted. So we're going to do that, size 5, and this time we're going to mask greater than 2 and 3. So we're masking greater than 2 and 3, and then when I right click, we get all these different materials appearing together. Now this one, that's the shrub. This is the darker shrub that people tend to forget and not include in forests and stuff, and I think that's a sin. So we want to have those in. And in fact, I'm actually going to include in this. I don't want them to be covering every single block, so I'm also going to do 0, and I'll undo that. And you see how it doesn't always work properly, so you've got to be careful with these brushes, because as you can see, they've not completely gone away. We're just going to click, click, click. Let's do a couple of clicks here and there, just get a nice little spread going. And I'll try and see if any places have been missed, you know, where I was trying to get the stone underneath. And so I can sort of see. There you go. There's a great example. See that bits of the train bits of the tree have disappeared, and that's because I was masking any block that is greater than dirt or grass. So it's replaced that. So it's replaced the tree because that was above the dirt or the grass. So if I do /undo, you see that bits of the tree come back. So this is where you've got to be really careful with this brush, otherwise you're going to end up with some really dodgy looking stuff, and that's something I completely forgot about as well, so I'm going to have to go check some of the trees once I'm done. So I'll just go do that. Yep, there you go. So you've got a block here that's missing, so put that in. Got this one's missing. loads of stuff missing from this one. So just bring that out, and that one as well. Maybe do that. There's quite a few that have gone awry here. So it's just going to be a case of making sure that you get everything that you want. There we go, and I don't think we need that actually, we'll just do the... Are there any others? So I'm going to have to spend a lot of time off camera fixing stuff doing this. Probably should have put the grass in first and then done the trees, but well, what are you going to do? We've done it now. So there we go, so that's done. This is sort of the next stage that we're at. And you can see already, just because we've got the dirt variation in there, it looks 10 times better than this over here. Also, I've got a lot more ferns and a lot more of the shrubs, whereas here it's just mostly tall grass. We've not even got started on flowers yet. So what we're going to do next is add some flowers. I think I actually have a video on this, don't I? A naturalizing how-to video. So we're going to do brush sphere 38:7. Is it 7? No, it's 38:9 and 38:11. And 38 is the rose. These are two sort of bush shrub metadators in Conquest texture pack. So we're going to do those two blocks, and then we're also going to have 31:1 and and this time we're going to mask 31:1. So we're going to mask tall grass. So it's only going to affect tall grass. It won't affect the ferns. It won't affect the dark shrubs. And when I right click, you see that we get some of these ones, some of these bushes, and it's quite nice. And I need to make that brush a lot bigger. So we're going to mask those, and in fact, I'm also going to mask 38, so it'll affect those bushes as well, so I can just click around and not worry too much. And this is only a small detail thing, but just by having these extra variations, bloody hell, look at this tree. Wow, huge mistake made here. So we'll do that, we'll put block there, we'll put a block like that as well, and just do this, that, and that. There we go. So we fixed that issue. Good job I spotted that then. And I've lost my sword. I think it was the wooden one. So yeah, it's only a small detail, but it does add that bit of variation that you're not going to notice unless you look really hard at it. But just by noticing that difference and just by seeing that extra shade of green and that extra variation, it does make so much difference. And as we come further out, you can see now there's a lot more going on. Now this is just basic detailing. We then need to add rocks, we need to add bushes, we need to add smaller trees, and all of that together will help make the forest look a bit more dense and a bit more realistic, which is, in the end, that's what we're going for. Is there anything else that I could do? Flowers as well. I don't think I'm going to go over flowers in this episode. I think I want to do the whole thing first, get all the bushes in place, and then we'll go over a few flowers. But I'm going to be mainly sticking to blue ones, and not blue ones, mainly sticking to the white ones, the oxeye daisies and zerblerets maybe. We've also got some new Conquest flowers as well, so we can try some of them out. Like I said, I'll do that in a different episode, so we can spend a bit more time on it. And for this episode, I think that's going to be it, guys. I think we're going to just end it there. The forest is looking quite nice. We've not really done a lot on it, but just this one section. If we compare what we originally had, it was something along the lines of this. Not ideal, not great. You can see it's just sort of bland. It's even just by spamming ferns around here would make it look a little bit nicer, that much more interesting. And then if we look at how the forest looked before we started doing all the detailing, again, bland and empty, which, you know, it's fine because we haven't actually added anything to this side yet. And then over here, by changing the floor material, the dirt, adding the dirt in, adding all the variations of grass and the flower bush type things, just look at the feeling that you get when you walk through here as well. It's completely different now. It's awesome. It's so cool. I like it. I really like doing the naturalizing things and making things look pretty, like nature and terrain stuff. why I like doing trees so much. But that's it for the end of the episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you've got a few ideas, you've learned a few things maybe. If you're enjoying the series, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.